Hi there, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Amanda Luisa and today I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful waffle stitch baby blanket. To kind of give a backstory as to why I needed to make something like this, if you didn't know already, Eric and I, my boyfriend and I, moved here from the West Coast and we are currently in the Midwest and it is the middle of January. It is below freezing. I am so cold. I've never been so cold in my entire life. Anyways, we just bought a house and it has a wood burning stove and we know nothing about chopping wood or getting wood. We went to our local store and we found a bundle of wood for $5 and that is really expensive. So then we looked into getting cords of wood and that still, you know, costs kind of a lot of money, especially since we live on the back of like a very wooded area. So we have plenty of access to wood and trees, like fallen trees and logs and everything, literally right in our backyard. So anyways, his coworker has a wood chopping machine. I don't even know how to describe it. Anyways, my boyfriend Eric went to his house and taught him how to chop wood and how to collect it and basically how to be a Midwestern person. And you know, because of that, he really helped us out. We were able to fill our entire rack in the back with wood and all. How big it is. We've actually used quite a bit of it already. It's already been a month. But I really wanted to do something special for this couple that helped us out so much. They are saving us so much money on heating. They are making us comfortable in this really cold weather, or it's cold for us, I guess. You know, the people here are very used to it, but we are just a ball of complaint because we're not used to this at all. Anyways, so I wanted to do something really nice for this couple that really helped us out. And they have a 4-month-old baby. So I thought, what better thing to crochet them than a baby blanket? You know, it's so cold outside. Although they're probably prepared for this winter, I know that having a really warm blanket can just make that extra difference, especially like even if they just keep it in the car or when they're on a car ride or something. It's just a great thing to have, you know, for anybody. Even as a lap blanket, you can still use it as a lap blanket or for a baby. And it's so soft and comfortable, and I think it's gonna be a really awesome gift to give just as a really small thank you for keeping us warm this winter and teaching us how to stay warm for many winters to come here. This pattern is very easy to follow and beginner friendly. However, there are some post stitches that are included in the pattern. So if you're not familiar with a post stitch, I do walk you through it step by step very slowly. If you feel confident going through the pattern and really understanding it, if this is your very first time doing any post stitches, then that's okay. You can definitely follow the instructions even though this is your very first time doing a front post stitch. And there are back post stitches, but just in this tutorial, I'm going to be doing a front post stitch. So if that is at all confusing to you, please do your research, look at other videos here on YouTube, and really try and understand what a front post stitch is. I do my best to describe it to you, and I hope that it is clear and you can really follow it easily. But if not, please use the resources given to you that are free here in modern technology world and, you know, research how to do that on YouTube or on the Googs, whatever floats your boat. But without further ado, let's get started on the tutorial. Before we get started, I wanted to show you kind of what this pattern will end up looking like. And so this is a different blanket altogether. It's one that I'm making for the couch so that 2 people can fit underneath it. So it is quite large. But I just wanted to show you it in a different color, one with more variations. It's very textured and really beautiful, so you can really make it in any color, any size. You just have to adjust accordingly. So we're gonna actually get started with the baby blanket version of this. Okay, and I'm gonna be using the Bernat baby blanket, and this is in violet. It's a really soft purple color, really beautiful. And I'm gonna be using a size L or an 8mm hook, okay? And you're gonna need about 2 of these balls of yarn as well. So let's get started. Start off by making a slip knot. And chaining 92. One thing I am definitely going to stress in this is that you make sure that your foundation chain is not tight at all. You want to make it as loose as possible, because you will definitely notice a difference as you start to do this blanket. You're going to definitely notice those extra loose or extra tight foundation chains that you had been using. Sometimes, I will admit, I even use a bigger crochet hook than this one, and that helps a lot. All right, don't forget to double count your work. Make sure that you have as many stitches as you need. This is a really customizable pattern. That's why I love it so much. You can really make this at any size whatsoever. So here I'm going to double crochet into each foundation chain across. So from here we're going to do our double crochet into every single stitch across. Just a reminder or a refresher. We're going to be placing our double crochet into the 4th stitch away from our hook. So it's kind of hard to see because this is such a fluffy yarn, but we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that is the chain that we're going to be placing our hook into for a double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 of those loops. Yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. Okay? So just continue in that manner all the way down, doing double crochets into every single stitch across. Okay, I did my row of double crochets. One thing to mention is that you want to make sure that you don't foundation chain too tightly. Just like I mentioned before, it can definitely create a tension on the bottom of your project that you don't want, but if you keep it nice and loose, you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever, and it'll be a perfectly gauged blanket. Okay, so let's get started on the 2nd row. So we're going to start off by chaining 3. And then turn your work. All right. And from here, all you're going to do is double crochet into the 2nd double crochet here, because this first chain 3 will act as our first double crochet in this row. So we're going to go into the 2nd double crochet, and we're going to do a double crochet into that top stitch. Okay, now you're going to do 2 front post double crochets. So just to show you exactly what that is, we're going to, because we're working with double crochets, we're going to yarn over before we actually do anything. And we're going to be working into the 2nd row, or I'm sorry, into the previous row, but it's going to create the 2nd row that we're working on now. So insert your hook into the previous row and come up behind that post or that previous stitch. In this case, it's a double crochet. So the post in this case is going to be in the front of your hook because we are working in double crochets. I'm sorry, because we're working in front post double crochet, the post will be in front of your hook here. So just pull the yarn through and create your double crochet. Okay, so that's your first front post stitch. We're gonna do 2. And so yarn over, insert your hook, come up around the next double crochet, yarn over and pull through, and then create your double crochet here. Okay, so you should have created 2 front post double crochet right there. And you might not notice it right away if you've never really worked with post stitching, and that's okay. You are definitely going to notice it as we move on, okay? So now we're going to do 1 double crochet into the next double crochet here. And then we're going to do 2 more front post double crochet. So this is the double crochet we worked in just now. Now we're going to go into the second one. We're going in from the top of our project, coming up from the other side. The post is on the front of my hook. I'm yarning over, pulling through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay? It's as simple as that. I'm going to speed it up, do the next one real quick. Okay. So that is the gist of this row. That's what you're going to continue. It's these 3 stitches right here. Double crochet, 2 front post double crochet. So you're going to repeat that all the way across. Front post double crochet 2 times and then a double crochet. Okay, so continue that all the way across and I'll meet you back up when you've reached the end. I'll show you the last row and everything is pretty much on a repeat after that. So go ahead and continue those 3 stitches all the way down your pattern. Alright, when you get to the end here, you should end on 2 front post double crochets. Okay, so I'm doing the first one here, and then I'm going to do the last one around the very last double crochet there. Okay, so it should look something like that. It was a really easy row to make, right? So now what we're going to do is chain 3 and turn your work. You should start to see the texture here. It's kind of like a plus sign now because we haven't really done much more with it, but this next row is going to be the second row that you're going to do on a repeat. Okay, so basically you're going to do the opposite of what you did in the row before. So now instead of 2 front post double crochet, 1 double crochet, you're going to do 2 double crochet, 1 front post double crochet. So I'm going to show you. So we ended, if you notice, remember I told you we're going to end on 2 front post double crochets here. Now we're going to have 2 double crochets. So remember that first chain 3, that's going to be your first double crochet. So we're going to double crochet into the next one. Okay, and then we're going to do a front post double crochet, and then 2 double crochets, one front post double crochet, and then 2 double crochets. So whatever you did on the row before, you're doing the opposite of it now. Okay? And now you're really starting to see that pattern there. You see? So continue doing that all the way across, and that's essentially it. Those are the 2 rows that you're going to continue, and you're going to do that for 43 rows until you have a total of 43 rows. That should be a perfect square for you. I made it so that according to our gauge, when you measure out 1 inch by 1 inch, 1 inch is the height of the double crochet, and 1 inch is the width of 2 double crochets here. So I wanted mine to be 44 inches wide by 44 inches tall. So since I know that 1 row is equivalent to 1 inch and I wanted it to be 44 inches, we're going to do 44 rows total. And that's why I had you do 92 stitches across, because when we insert our hook into the 4th chain from our hook there, that will give us a total of 88 stitches across, which 88 divided by 2 is 44 inches. So it should be a 44 by 44 inch blanket. So that's the gauge on that. And then those are the 2 rows that you're going to continue all the way down. This is a really quick, easy pattern, super beginner friendly, easy to do, especially since the yarn is so thick and bulky. It's really easy to just work up in a day or 2. It's a great weekend project. Anyways, I hope that you guys really enjoyed this pattern. Don't forget to show your recreations on social media, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye! If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down below. Check out the description box for more information. Also, if you love social media and you want to keep up to date with everything that I'm doing, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. It's at Amanda Louisa Designs, and I update things on there. You get a whole bunch of behind the scenes stuff, and you get to see my absolutely adorable dog. And I just really love using Instagram, so I hope that you would join me over there. I also do giveaways only on Instagram, so please make sure that you are following me there in case you ever want to get stuff for free. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and until next time, have a fabulous day. Bye!